Dear friends, we are all aware of what has happened today. The effect of COVID 19 on the entire human mankind. There is no section of society which has not been a victim of these COVID 19 consequences. At industry, a large number of problems have arisen. There is no production activity for the last 36 days, and now, all of a sudden, time has come when we have to consider whether wages could be paid to the employees. Most of the industrial establishments work on a month to month basis, get their resources, and only then disperse wages. There is a small number who can afford to pay wages even when there is a complete shutdown. We are not dependent only on large industries in the country. There are a large number of small and medium sector factories, establishments who would certainly find it almost impossible to pay wages when there is no activity going on. When it comes to wages, in the last 40 days I have received innumerable calls to find out as to what should be done. Is there any direction by the government that employers should pay wages irrespective of having closed down for the last more than 5 weeks? There are a number of circulars, notifications by the central government and the state government. Some of them very confusing, so much so the government itself does not appear to be sure as to where they stand when it comes to wages for the period of lockdown rather. Now, when we come to our industry level, various questions arise. In case we have to pay wages, there are two ways of looking at it. One is from a purely humanitarian angle. When you look at it and approach the issue from a humanitarian angle, one tends to think if our employees have worked for months and years with us and helped us to grow to be what we are today, is it not our duty to take care of them for a short period when there is no production activity? Can we simply tell them, no wages because you are not work, there is nothing that I can do? This will drive our employees to desperation. We already have sufficient problems. So the first thing that I would like to impress upon all employers is, if you are in a position to pay wages, please do not hesitate. This is a time when we should all stand together. There may be a number of issues between the employer and the employees. I request all employers to keep aside these differences. Today it is a question of survival. We cannot tell the workmen that we will not pay you anything and do what you want. Now, how to pay? Should we pay wages for not having worked? Or should we pay with certain conditions? For example, there could be a factory where 10 days wages could be paid as advance towards wages. 10 days wages could be paid as advance towards bonus payable. 10 days wages could be paid as treating the workmen having been on leave for 10 days and debit their leave account by 10 days. It comes to 30 days. At least the month of May is taken care of. What is in store for us in future? None of us know. Now, if you simply pay wages, the issue will be this. For April, you pay wages. What do you do for May? Things are not going to be easy. It is not as though on 3rd May all the factories will open and we start functioning and we function normally. In stages it has to be done. If a bus carrying 45 passengers should be asked to carry only 15 passengers or 21 passengers, do we have the infrastructure to provide so many buses? Again, social distancing. In a factory, is it possible to have social distancing at all? If social distancing is not possible, the directorate of factories may say don't start at all. Another factor is a commercial factor. With 1/3 the operation, Will it be economically viable to run the operations? These are and many more questions that arise for consideration. A number of queries have asked me what to do with contract labor. In large number of cases, contract labor period has come to an end on 31st of March. Now, should they renew it? Can they discontinue the contractors? Can they say the agreement has come to an end by a flex of time and I will not renew it? What should be the wages for the contract labor for the subsequent period? There is absolutely, in my opinion, no law which mandates that you shall pay and not paying is the risk of going to jail. This is sheer nonsense. I do not want any employer to believe that because he is not able to pay wages on account of the COVID shutdown, he would be sent to jail. Neither the Disaster Act nor the Epidemic Act confers such powers on the government. We cannot forget that all of us are citizens of India and we have fundamental rights to carry on business. Fundamental right to carry on business also means fundamental right not to carry on business. Can the government ask me to shut down and tell the employees to stay at home and then ask me to pay wages? From where do I get funds? The governments which has such infrastructure and tax revenue collecting agencies, they themselves are announcing wage cut. Look at Kerala, a Marxist-run state. They have themselves announced 6 days wage cut approximately for each month. And for all the government employees. If government can cut wages, why not private? More than anything else, we are now finding it difficult to get at union leaders to discuss with them. Many of the union leaders, they refuse to even come online. At this juncture, what is the guarantee that we will have a good or a reasonably good industrial relations in future? Today's problem is not merely what to do with April wages. That's one part of the problem. But the larger issue is employment. Assuming all the workmen come, do you have orders in future? Will you have orders in future? Because this is not affected only India or Asia. Even your buyers abroad are all going to be in doldrums. They will cancel large number of orders. What will you do with your labor? That is from one angle. If I say, all right, I give you wages now, whatever production loss you make up, will I need such production? What do you do with production? Even before COVID, automobile industry was in dire straits. Construction activity was in dire straits. Now, as it is, the industry was in doldrums. Added to that, this is a problem. For a minute, no employer should think that because there is no law or there is no compulsion of law, he should not pay wages to his employees. Even if you don't pay as wages, pay on some pretext or the other, keep some control over the payment made and try to adjust it in future in whatever manner possible. I want to make it clear, though there are confusing signals from all areas, any number of circulars, every secretary thinks he is competent to issue a circular. Whether he is empowered or not, that is not the issue. I don't think any court will tell you, you have shut down, you pay salary. If you don't pay salary, I'll send you to jail. It's all right for April. You managed. There are companies which are doing well off, who can pay for April. Will they pay for May? Will they pay for June? Will they pay for July if this situation continues? So a long-term perspective has to be looked into. Not merely running to the government and saying, don't pass any legislation for payment of wages. Now there is no legislation for payment of wages. There is no mandate. But we still need the labor. We can't produce ourselves. Their cooperation is essential. We'll have to sit down with the labor and then deal with the matter. And if the labor becomes unreasonable, we'll have to resort to provisions of law. Tomorrow we may have to resort to large-scale layoff. We may not have work to give to all the work. Then certain areas, certain activity may be slowed down or even given up. We may have surplus labor. That may result in retrenchment of workforce. Government should keep its mind open on all these issues. No union leader can be expected to come and tell you, all right, lay off the workmen, it doesn't matter. Or retrench the workmen, it doesn't matter. Union leaders are there to fight for them. Now it's for us, for you, to reorganize your business. Sit down, this is the time, work out how you are going to do for the next remaining 11 months of this financial year. How will you manage this show? On all legal aspects, this is not the time to go deep into it as though we lawyers argue in the courts on every small aspect of the matter. Today it's a question of life and death. Look at it from that angle, plan for your future and see how best you can do. We will know the future only when government unveils all their programs and policies, which may come in another 2 weeks' time. Maybe when, if necessary, I shall be back again to talk to you on all these issues. For the time being, that's all that I can say. Thank you for listening.